Hey friends, this is Agni Chandra, and I heard a call to share a story with you. And maybe you've already heard the story, or maybe now is the time for you to hear it. And it's a story about the divine mountain, or a holy mountain, or God's mountain, how people sometimes call it. And it's huge, it's immense. And each human being is climbing the mountain. And they said that there is 114 ways that lead to the top. And each one is different, and there are so many adventures on the way, so many lifetimes we follow the path, meeting hungry ghosts and demons in the caves, and also beautiful love, adventures, friends, families. Walking through the lifetimes up to the top. It's like video games sometimes when you need to fight and have your heart broken and die for your beloved one. And one day, someone climbed up the peak of the mountain. And the view was breathtaking, and everything was divine perfection. So the tears came down from that person. You can imagine if it was a man or a woman. The tears started to fall down, because after all that time, that person reached the peak. The view was amazing, the weather was fabulous, there was so much beauty around, overflowing abundance, and this paradise on earth, like you felt God with each cell of your body, complete bliss. But that person knew that the final step towards the divine is not to reach the peak, but to jump down from it. And the hole down there was like immense, like so super deep, black, and like complete void. Yeah. So that person reached the peak of the mountain, looked down, and it was like, so scary, like there was nothing there, absolutely nothing. But she knew that it is something that needs to be done, and like, almost stepping through towards the hole, through the cliff, and suddenly, like that person noticed that there is like a guy there, like a maybe hippie guy, like having a fireplace and just cooking some delicious food on the fire. And like, whoa, hey, you really want to jump that cliff? That was the question of the hippie guy. Yes, the person said, that is the aim, that is the final, solution to jump. Yeah, man, but why to jump? Like, look, it's already a paradise. Everything is here, like really provided. Yeah, in fact, something that you are cooking there smells really nice. The person said, and I'm quite hungry, I was climbing that path through all those lifetimes, and I'm really like quite exhausted. So yeah, the hippie guy invited him to the fire, and they started to eat and chat, and like it was like really beautiful friendship straight away. They talked, of course, non-violent communication straight from the heart, sharing previous life experiences, the teaching that they learned on the way, saying stories about the wounds that they had. And suddenly, like, someone else came on the top of the cliff, And again, the same story, overflowing bliss, and then reaching the end of the cliff and in some doubts. And then the person, again, man or woman, saw our friends close to the warm fire, like eating this delicious food. Yeah, and the food, where does the food come from? It's here, like from the earth, given so generously. So they invited another person, and then more and more people started to reach. And someone brought the guitar, they started to sing kirtans. It was so joyful and beautiful. And the community of open-minded people started to grow and grow. The one that met at the beginning with the delicious food, they opened a restaurant, some of them built some youths, created like beautiful communities, dancing, ecstatic together in the bliss of God, in this divine mountain. And some of them remember that there was a story about the jump, but some of them even not, because it started to be meaningless. And some of them, started to share their teachings that they learned on the way, writing books, how I almost reached the cliff. Started to heal each other because, of course, by the way, they learned amazing skills like magical powers. And they started to heal each other's wounds. Yeah. And more 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 people is reaching the peak. And one day, another person appeared. Again, you can imagine, was it man or woman? Doesn't matter at all. That person was so focused, so clear. She just reached the peak, noticing everything around as an expression of divine. It was just super clear, reaching the end of the cliff, and